Listen to Desert Radio wherever you are in the world by streaming live on desertradio.fm. 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 Desert Radio.
Honorable Pohamba Shifeta, thank you for taking the time out to speak to us at Desert Radio as well as the Namibian newspaper. First and foremost, our condolences on the passing of President Hage Geingob. We know you were part of his inner circle, and your loss is greater than many others such as us. We would like to hear from you, Mr. Shifeta. During 2017, even starting from 2012, you were part of President Geingob's campaign team. How would you describe at that time when President Hage Geingob, when it was made clear that he was going to stand for the position, how would you describe the time and particularly in the party at that time, and how poised was he for the campaign to ascend to presidency?
Yeah, it's cutting a bit, but if I do well, is that you're talking about the presidency on the 2014, which led the president to win as head of state and the government. So the first thing is that the campaign was a good campaign. Of course, it was an inner campaign first before we go to the national elections. We had our inner party elections, which produced President Hage Geingob, and in 2015 we had the national elections as a candidate. We had him as a candidate of SWAPO at that time. So, which we have succeeded. And again, the second term also we have succeeded in 2019. So the campaign is doing well, and of course we have a splinter group that came out, the APC and others who felt democratically that they are not obliged to follow the lines of SWAPO, so they have done so.
Mr. Pohamba Shifeta, also just what were some of the major hurdles that you had to face during the campaign season, inner as well as for national? And how would you say, when you looked at President Geingob, how did he handle those? If you can perhaps highlight one or two of the hurdles you were facing during that time, and how the president assisted his team to overcome those hurdles.
Yes. There was some, it's a normal thing, which, of course, you can say it's normal because people differ in the reaction to when they could not get, they were speaking what they want, they could not get it. People differ how they act. That's why we eventually had some people who got out of SWAPO. Some felt that the elections were not fair. Of course, those sentiments can be there. But the majority of SWAPO members accepted the result, which produced late President Hage Geingob. That's a good thing. But those minority who felt otherwise. But that's normal. It's normal to have people who have other feelings and share other sentiments with each other and then commit each other. Not also minorities. So we and the president has really worked hard to say, let us pull together. He has pronounced that at very several occasions and even invited some to the State House to talk to them. He extended his hand. That's the one party, we have a party, and he has even constantly saying, as individuals, SWAPO is bigger than us. SWAPO is prominent. Therefore, SWAPO comes first. And that's the thing he has been saying. And he used that mantra to say SWAPO first before individuals.
Honorable Shifeta, in your personal experience of having walked with the president for almost, if you can just count quickly, it's more than 24 years. What will you remember the most? Because based on the interviews we've done, it seemed he played a very fatherly role towards you and that he was also a personal advisor for you. What will you remember the most? And what did he scold you for the most?
Yeah, President Hage Geingob, to me, was not just my president, not just my prime minister, first of all, not just my leader, but was also my mentor. He was really a father figure to me. I become part of the family in the process as a very best friend, and he regards me as such. He shared with me many things, even when after 2002, when he went to Washington, when he was no longer prime minister. We had many discussions, even something that he told me in that time when he was going to Washington. He said, "Oh, I'm not going to stay longer. I'm going to come back. Home is home. I cannot stay there. I cannot die in a foreign country. I was already in exile, therefore I don't like it. I'm just going there because just to have a reflection." And he made a joke, which I thought is a joke, but he said it on more than 3 occasions now, even recently. He said, "I will come back. I have to die in Namibia, but you guys don't take me to Heroes Acre. I won't go to Heroes Acre. My remain will be my plot. I will put it in my will." He said it recently as well. On more than 2-3 occasions he said so. First I thought he was making jokes. I said, now recently he even said, "I don't want to go to Heroes Acre. You have some of you people fighting for Heroes Acre. What is there? To fight underground, there's no space there. I have a space in that's why I like a space. I must be buried in my own plot." So he said so, and I'll put it in my will. So put it in the will or not, I don't know, but that's what he said. So, and he will come back. When he came back, a few of us, he said, "Don't tell anybody we're coming back." Washington, I met President Sam Nujoma, and he had a very good talk, and that was 2004. And I will come back. I have made up my mind to come back earlier, even not to finish my term. I thought I was finishing my term as a director here in Washington. But I decided after we had the talk with Sam Nujoma and some other leaders as well, and some advisors, said that I must just go home. So then he came back home. So when he came back home, because we, regards me as a son, we had that, we shared those moments and some of the things that he tells you. Even when he got sick, he told me, about it, because when I left him in Dubai, because I had to come earlier, I left him there in December for climate change. He told me, go back home, go and prepare a wedding. We are coming there, we're going to celebrate a wedding. But so he came back, and then he told me in December that he's not feeling well. He's very, very sick, and he never got this pain before in his. So I started to go for checkup, and that's how it came out. And he told me that he has cancer. He was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And he made it to me that, something that I don't like this. I don't know whether in their profession that's how they do it, but how can oncologist, how can she tell me, doctor tells me that I cannot live more than 6 months. If it's 6 months, then you cannot go beyond 8 months. So he made that joke. It was like a joke to me, but I guess I thought maybe it's not true. I couldn't process that in my mind. It took me days, and I decided to come back when I was just around the 13th of December, 14 around, before the wedding. Come and see him. Before he came, he said, I might not go to the wedding because it looks like I will be, but Monica will go. Will come there, and she send you something, but I want to say it here. So I came to see him, and he told me that, what I told him is true. It's true. This is what is happening. So before wedding, he told me he's not able to come because he cannot drive, cannot fly. So we had those moments. So I can only send you as a son. I can send you a token, a bull and a heifer. And I want to see that you have a farm with you. So that we had those kind of moments. It's a personal moment, as a personal friend moment, apart from professional work that we do and the discussions.
What will you miss about him the most, Mr. Shifeta?
You see, President Geingob was a very good administrator. He mandated me to be good. First, make sure that you do your work. You shouldn't. Your work must be properly done. And there's a person who like do your work, and everybody should point to your work that you have done your best. So he's a person who really wants people to unite. He's somebody who's not a very non-tribalist, non-sexist, racial person. They wanted society of all equal people, elevating those in a poor lane to get at least something, living life, and that is what he wanted, and he really worked on that practically, making sure that no one is behind. The most part that he left with us is a legacy that we need to really cherish most, is that as Namibians, we must maintain peace and stability in the country. To maintain peace and stability in the country, and that Mandela he had, he shouldn't include anybody. Exclusivity is very wise. It spills conflict. We must include everybody, because inclusivity means peace. So we should not afford, we cannot afford to exclude any tribe or anybody. So we must all try to do to make that everybody is included. So that's what he has been doing. And for him, as a president, he consults. You know that you are the minister, he is the president. He can take a decision on your behalf. He will consult. He wants you to provide something. And that input that you are providing, if he's not taking it, he will tell you, no, let us amend here. He will always tell you, he knows that this is my area. But that's why he consults. Some say they don't need to consult you. They will just go because they are appointed. But for him, he wants you to know. He always wants, because he knows that you supposed to advise him. So, and I like the way he really has been. When he said transformational, he wants member. He wants you to do the work, given direction, but you must do the work, and you must provide input in whatever he says in your portfolio. Right? When before person, I visited him on Saturday. When he came from state, I visited him. But on Saturday, I found that, especially Friday, Saturday, he was not well. Saturday, I lost hope a bit when I visited him in the afternoon. I spent there till late evening. After a few hours, I received a call that he is no more. I couldn't even take the call. I told Monica, please, if there's anything, please let me know, because I'm just a walking distance here. My house is here near Lake Pohamba. So when I got received a call at past 12, couldn't take it, because now what was running in my mind is to say, is it a real person? Although I was there on his bed, looking at him, that is very frail. I don't think he will make it on the system. And they spoke to the doctors. They're saying now they have done everything they could do, but everything just going up. There's nothing stabilizing. Everything just going up since they came from America. There's nothing stabilizing. So that means even the organs are completely off. So I couldn't believe that this could happen to a sitting president. And although I know human beings, we are there, God designs everything for us. But it was so soon. Even when he told me about this, and I was still asking the doctor, why do you guys used to to president is the person who likes going for checkup, and he always urges, you must go for checkup. Even if you cough a bit, Shifeta, you never go to checkup, do you? You must go for checkup. I go for checkup every almost fourth month. Anything feels pain, he goes for checkup. They said it produced a lot for him. So that's why they discovered he has prostate cancer because of checkup. My heart, because of it. So I was wondering why it happened, why this was not discovered. But doctor was trying to convince me that no, the pancreas is covered by something, a layer that you cannot find it. It can only, even the blood, the body itself will not recognize a cell with cancer. So, but I'm still not able to accept that he really died. After he passed on, when I came to hospital, I spent almost 3 hours there with the body, looking at it, the body. But I still feel, until we came to the mortuary, I still feel it's like a dream to me. Although I remind myself, I'm a Christian, to know that there are times person born, person died. But I still feel that it's like a dream. But we remember him as a person, a selfless person, a very generous person. There are thousands of young people today, and even adult people, who benefited personally from personal pocket. So then, even now, many of them were, he was paying their fees. Many. There is somebody who will tell you that there's somebody here who needs my friend. He's a person that I know. And he doesn't forget friends. He will tell you, long ago, but his farm is about to be repossessed, or his house is about to be repossessed. I have to go for overdraft. So he goes for overdraft for somebody just because he wants to save somebody's house being repossessed. Because he knows that somebody, they went to school with him at the Augustinium, and long ago, in the late 60s, now has to save his house. But he said, no, this person, when I came here, he was a DTA. But he still really say, no, I won't allow him to suffer like this. So it's really somebody who's very, very generous.
Mr. Shifeta. Okay, please continue.
Yes, I end up there for now.
Okay, Mr. Shifeta, I want to go back. You say the president was saying he does not want to go to Heroes Acre. He has a plot. Which plot was he referring to?
Now, I do not know whether he's talking about it. But I can remember one time he said here, because we were at home, I want to be buried. But I don't want to, and he was making jokes. You guys want to...
Okay.
The cemetery, there are too many people, even in Heroes Acre, there are too many people. You fight underground there. I want to have a larger space. I want to be peaceful alone. I have a house, I have a plot. I have a plot of the area. I have a plot here, my farm. I must be buried. I don't know whether he realized it because he said it. And even recently he said it sometimes last year. But he doesn't want to be buried. So that remains there until maybe if he put it in the will, but he has been saying it. I thought first he was joking when he said it in 2002 when he left for Washington. He told me about it. But now, after he told me this thing, and the harder is somebody, when he tells you something, even when he's angry with somebody, angry with something, if he repeats the thing, that means it's really something has touched him.
He means it.
Yeah, he means it. But there are times that he makes jokes about something, but if he repeats the thing, something like that, so he means it.
Okay. Mr. Pohamba Shifeta, we would like to thank you for speaking to us. Thank you for your time that we could actually invade your period of mourning to share with us. But we just felt that the Namibian, we need to be able to present an accurate representation about who President Pohamba was and the key people that he had in his life supporting him and strengthening him and protecting him and so on. Thank you so much.
Listen to Desert Radio wherever you are in the world by streaming live on desertradio.fm. 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 Desertradio.fm.